Well, good morning and welcome to Massage Marketing Morning Coffee and Business Building with Susan Bell. We've had way too much coffee this morning, so I'm pretty excited about sharing a topic that was mentioned on the Sunday Live that we did in February, second week of February. Spencer mentioned it because I mention it all the time. So there are two ways to fish, right? If you are kind of relaxed, you could sit on the edge of the lake and put a worm on the hook, send the reel out there and wait for the little fish to catch it and reel it back in. And if you are a Sunday relaxing fisher person, fisher woman, person who fishes, that's an awesome way to spend an afternoon or a weekend, but it's not the best way to do marketing. And when we were in real estate, when I was in real estate, people who trained me, that's the way they did it. They were buyer's agents or listing agents, and they would put out marketing and then catch a fish, bring the fish in, list the property, sell the property, put the, cast for another fish, bring that fish in. And I'm like, oh my God. And if they did 4 or 5, if they were a top producing agent and they did 4 or 5, they're casting 4 and 5 worms and bringing in this one and taking that one and bringing in that one and bringing in that one. And I thought, this is miserable. Who the heck wants to work this hard? Real estate agents work hard, believe it or not. And I wanted to do things a little differently because I like to think outside of the box or off of the fishing hook. So I wound up doing transactions for agents. So I did the paperwork because I'm really good with systems. So I put the systems together to do the paperwork so the agents could go out and cast their lines and bring in their fish, and then they would bring them to me and I would take care of all the paperwork. I wound up taking care of paperwork for a gentleman who brought me 23 contracts at one time. He said, I have a suitcase full of contracts. And I'm thinking, yeah, right, a suitcase. And sure enough, he had a small personal size suitcase, not even a briefcase. It was a suitcase with 23 contracts. And he said, I'm going to have more of these next month. And sure enough, over the course of about 8 months, I did over, I don't even know, hundreds of transactions for this one person. And I said, I need to know what he's doing because he's either fishing with a net or, as I like to say, shooting fish in a barrel. So I knew it was legit because I was the one doing the back end paperwork, and he's selling 20 houses a month, 10 houses a month, 15 houses a month, consistently month after month. And I said, I want a piece of this pie. And he and I had become acquaintances and then very close friends. And in doing so, he told me that he actually went to California. We were in Arizona. He drove to California once a month for their monthly investment club meeting. And I said, I need to go. So we went and I saw the front end of this thing. And then I said, this is amazing. This is the barrel. There are 200 people in this investment club that are buying investment properties all over the country. I'm like, this is the way I want to do real estate. So long story short, I did that. And what happened was during the bubble, so this was back in the housing bubble, pre-bubble, builders stopped selling to investors because investors were buying up houses left and right because the lending was so easy. So they bought 1 million houses, and it dropped the value of price homes because people didn't want to live in a neighborhood that was all rentals. They wanted owners. So a lot of the big builders, that names you would recognize, stopped selling to investors. And he said, the person that I was, doing transactions for, he said, well, that was a fun ride. And I said, it's not over. There have got to be builders that won't mind selling to investors. So he told me how to find them, and I did. And I went to these builders, and I didn't know how to talk to them, so he had to go teach me. We went and made proposals to these builders, and some built 5 houses a year, some built 200 a year. And I said, do you care who we sell them to? And they said, no. So we presented their homes to the investment clubs, and I wound up in front of the room talking to 200 people with a PowerPoint presentation. And I was selling, on average, 5 to 7 homes a month. and I had these big poster boards, big postie stickets of all the addresses that were closing, say in October, and then the next one had all the ones closing in November. And they went around my room, my brokerage room, and they were simply my closings that I had presented to the investment group. And then I had all these closings every month, and whatever didn't close, we moved to the next month. And then when the month was over, we'd pull that sheet down and put the 5th month. We were booked out in what we call the pipeline for 5-6 months, making thousands and thousands in commissions just from talking to this one group once a month. And that was an amazing ride, and taught me something about fishing. Why would you ever put your hook out there and bring in one fish, talk to that fish, and then go and do it again? It's a complete waste of time. We did the same thing when I sold websites. I had a friend who was the marketing major, and he would call a real estate agent with a website, and he would call a real estate agent with a website. And this is way before websites. This was 1999. So no one had the internet. Nobody knew what a website was. So he'd finally get one appointment, go in and read the whole spiel about the benefits of a website, and they would or wouldn't buy. And I said, you're missing the whole point here. You have an in to that office. Go have that agent set up a meeting with all those agents, and then he or she will get a couple $100 off the website purchase, because they're probably going to buy, especially now if I drop the price. And then we'll talk to 12 people. And sure enough, it was the way we made, not millions, I wish, hundreds and thousands of dollars in website clients, because I brought them into a meeting room and shot fish in a barrel. So how do you translate that into massage sales? What do your people do who are on your table? Do they work in a corporation? Do they work for a school? Do they work with other people? And if they do, how hard is it to get them to get a group together? And I'm not saying take your chair and go give free massages. I'm saying, you have your client on the table. Well, who do I get in front of to offer this service? And honestly, a lot of people want to help you. So they'll be like, let me think about that. Yeah, I think I can give you the HR person's number. Or let me talk to my other teachers for you. And then you reward them. Hey, if you bring me 3 people from your office, I'll give you a free hour. 3 people who buy from me, I can afford an hour, right? I've just made 3 new clients. So use your people that you have to shoot the fish in the barrel of where they work, where they hang out. Are they part of a children's soccer team and all those soccer moms? Think outside the box when it comes to finding out who people know, and build your client base by shooting those fish in the barrel. So find the people that you have, what barrels are they in, and then create your scripts and marketing to market to those people. I know this was a little long today. I hope you stuck with me. If you liked it, I know it was a little long, please let me know. I'll try to cut it shorter if it's too much. In the meantime, have some great coffee, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.